The chief correspondent is back, which means breaking news. What have you got?
Arsenal's season has been dealt yet another major setback after their captain and creative heartbeat Martin Ødegaard was forced off injured once again during their clash with West Ham. The Norwegian, who has been central to everything positive about the Gunners' attacking play in recent years, limped off in visible discomfort, leaving fans, teammates, and manager Mikel Arteta deeply concerned about the severity of his issue. Having already battled injury problems earlier in the campaign, this latest blow raises questions about Arsenal's ability to sustain their momentum in both the Premier League and Europe without their talisman pulling the strings. The Emirates faithful had been hopeful that Ødegaard was finally over the worst of his fitness troubles after missing matches earlier in the season. However, those hopes were quickly dashed when he signaled to the bench that he could not continue. The sight of their captain clutching his leg and hobbling off the pitch sucked the energy out of Arsenal's supporters, who know better than most just how vital the playmaker is to their style of play. Since arriving from Real Madrid, Ødegaard has been nothing short of transformative, dictating tempo, threading decisive passes, and leading by example with his work rate and intelligence. To lose him in such a crucial stage of the season could not have come at a worse time. The West Ham match was meant to be a chance for Arsenal to reassert their credentials, but Ødegaard's exit threw the team's rhythm into disarray. While the Gunners tried to adapt, there was an unmistakable dip in their sharpness and creativity. Players like Kai Havertz and Declan Rice attempted to pick up the slack, but neither possesses the same ability to unlock defenses with the kind of vision Ødegaard brings. His absence was felt almost instantly as Arsenal struggled to carve out the same level of chances that normally flow when their captain is orchestrating the attack. For Arteta, the challenge now lies in finding a way to compensate for his skipper's absence without derailing the progress they've worked so hard to achieve. This is not the first time Arsenal have been confronted with an injury crisis to one of their most important figures. In recent seasons, they have often faltered when key players went down, and fans will be anxious that history does not repeat itself. Ødegaard's injury is particularly worrying because it is not an isolated incident. His recurring setbacks suggest an underlying issue that may need careful management rather than a quick fix. Arsenal's medical team will be under pressure to assess the situation thoroughly and ensure that he is not rushed back prematurely, as doing so risks aggravating the injury further. For Arteta, losing his captain is not just about the tactical hole it creates on the pitch. Ødegaard is the emotional and spiritual leader of the squad, embodying the mentality and professionalism Arteta has worked so hard to instill. His calm presence, relentless pressing, and ability to rally the team in difficult moments cannot be easily replicated. Young players, in particular, look up to him as a figure who sets the standard, and his absence could have psychological repercussions across the squad. In a season where consistency and mentality are paramount, losing that leadership could prove as damaging as losing his technical brilliance. The timing could not be worse, with Arsenal fighting on multiple fronts. The Premier League title race looks set to be tighter than ever, with Manchester City, Liverpool, and Spurs all competing fiercely at the top. In Europe, the Gunners are pushing for glory in the Champions League, and the demands of playing 2 games a week mean squad depth will be tested to its limits. Without Ødegaard, Arsenal may have to rely on the likes of Fabio Vieira, Emile Smith-Rowe, or even a reshuffled midfield to plug the gap. While each of those players has their own strengths, none truly offer the blend of creativity, leadership, and consistency that Ødegaard brings. The fans, too, will feel the weight of this setback. After years of near misses, the belief that this Arsenal side could finally deliver silverware has been growing steadily. Losing Ødegaard, even temporarily, will naturally shake that confidence. The captain has been at the heart of everything that has made this Arsenal team so entertaining and effective. Without him, supporters may fear that their side could lose the momentum required to sustain a title push or mount a serious challenge in Europe. There is, of course, hope that the injury is not as severe as first feared. Arteta's post-match comments suggested the club would wait for medical assessments before making a definitive statement. However, given Ødegaard's recent struggles, it would not be surprising if Arsenal take a cautious approach to his recovery. With so much at stake, Arteta and his staff must weigh the short-term desire to have their captain back as quickly as possible against the long-term need to protect his fitness. For now, Arsenal's title dreams hang in a delicate balance. How they respond in the absence of their skipper will be a true test of their resilience and depth. The Gunners have spoken about wanting to prove they are no longer the nearly men of English football, and now they face a moment that could define their season. Whether they can adapt, cope, and continue their charge without their most influential player will determine if this campaign ends in triumph or frustration. Martin Ødegaard's injury against West Ham is more than just another knock. It is a reminder of the fine margins that separate success from heartbreak in elite football. Arsenal's season now rests on how they can manage without the man who makes them tick, and for Arteta and his men, the next few weeks may prove to be the most important of the entire campaign.